Now, when most of us, where are we? We're there. When most of us end up at a motorway service station, it's usually for something like food, filling up the car, or in my case, it's usually literally sprinting all the way through the car park, sprinting all the way through the service station, bolting into the toilets, because I've done the thing of going one more. Anyway, you need, I'm going to stop there. But for one man, they're much more than just a toilet stop. That's because Fylde Coast photographer Henry Idden has been commissioned to be artist in residence at Lancaster's iconic Forton services.
Perhaps he'll paint you as you sprint inside. Such appointments aren't uncommon at universities or cathedrals, but having one at a service station it has to be said, something of a first. Ian Haslam has been to meet him.
It's a place where everyday life has become an art form.
Shh, be quiet. They're over there, they're resting. They've been out all day. Might be able to just get one if we're lucky.
Go on. We are talking about truckers, aren't we?
Yeah.
To some, service stations are little more than a brief comfort break on the journey of life. But to Henry Idden, they're much more.
That's right, yeah. People often talk about motorway services as non-places, but actually they're important places with a community. The staff is a community of friends, people who work on here. It's great to have the sort of title of artist in residence, and it's great to have your work exhibited as a show.
When the M6 came along, it needed a service station to live up to the dream. So along came Forton, complete with its now listed tower.
So Henry, tell me about this subject.
Well, this is one of the real characters of Forton, really well seasoned. Actually, it's quite ancient.
This is Brian. He's been selling CB radios to truckers here for a quarter of a century and is now one of Henry's star service station subjects.
I don't know really, I suppose chuffed in a way, yeah.
So what's next then, Brian? The Brian calendar?
No. Can you imagine me nude? No, come on, let's get real. Eh?
No.
The time I've spent here, I'll stand and look and take a long observation of the place, and then I may see a visitor or a customer that looks interesting, looks quirky. I'll go and introduce myself, tell them a bit about the history of Forton, and then ask them if I can take a portrait.
You're remembered as the guy who was captured on camera eating a burger in a service station.
50 years from now, yeah. Can't wait to look back in 50 years and see what I look like. You know what I mean?
It was a bit random, a bit weird, but yeah.
So David, when you came here to pick up a CB aerial wire, I guess you weren't expected to become a piece of art?
No, it's something different, yeah. Just kept it natural, you know.
And if, like us, you stand still for long enough, you might just end up as part of the exhibition yourself. Ian Haslam, BBC Northwest Tonight.
Trust Ian to get himself in.
Always. You know what? I was sceptical, but I quite like the idea.
It's a good idea. I was pleased he said he introduces himself rather than just hanging around in the trees with his camera.
There would be questions.
There would be. The Ian Haslam calendar, just so you know, if Brian's not doing one, Ian will do one in time for Christmas. Let's have a look at the weather. We've had a couple of glorious days, Diane, but it's not going to...